Welcome back to our Turnbull Custom Guns YouTube channel. Today we're going to go over some simple steps that I do to install these sling swivels into the rear buttstock. This is on a Winchester 94, and so let's get started. So it can be difficult in establishing a center line on something that isn't square. So a couple things that I do to try to determine that is I'll take a piece of blue painter's tape and I will line it up in the center of our screw holes. This helps us determine the center of the stock line. And I'll fold the top over. That transfers that center point onto the top here. Now we have 2 points from the butt to the center of this screw. And I'll use one of these. This is a silver Prismacolor color pencil. You can also use these tele markers. They're like a color pencil too. They're sold by Brownells. They're a mark on anything pencil, they call them. And from here you can kind of eyeball where the center is with that screw. You can look down there. All right, like that. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to put in my vise here, and we're going to use this piece of plastic to determine a center line between the center of where our screw holes were for our butt plate and the center of this rear tang. I'm also going to put a piece of blue painter's tape here, so when we drill through it, it'll keep the wood from splintering. So I'm just going to lay this down, a couple pieces of tape to hold it in place. I'm lining up this edge with the edge of our center line from our screws, and that with the center of our tang. Now I'm just going to take and make a mark here on our painter's tape. These pieces of plastic can be pretty handy, either a flexible plastic ruler, or this is a piece of x-ray film. If you happen to have access to that type of thing, can be really handy. And then the next thing we're going to do is mark how far down we want our sling swivel. I like to put it a minimum of 2 inches from the butt pad. That gets us away from any screws that would be holding the butt pad or recoil pad in. So there we have it. That should be the center of our wood on the 2 sides and 2 inches from the butt. That's where we'll start our cut. I'm sorry, our hole. The other thing I want to talk about before we start drilling our hole is the bit that I use. This is a bit that I turned on a lathe and then ground just a little over 50% of it off to create like a spade bit cutting surface. If you notice, we have a recess for the shank here and another recess for this plastic washer and for the head of the sling swivel. That makes sure we don't spread the wood and split it, and gives a nice clean hole. This can be made out of a piece of 3/8 drill rod. This was oil hardening drill rod that again, we turned it and then brought it back to a light straw color to harden it so that we can use it to drill our wood. All right, let's get it set up in our milling machine. All right, here we are on our milling machine, and I used a level on the top here to make sure that the bottom of this stock is level or 90 degrees from our drill bit. And the other thing, since we have this center line here, we can put a square. I haven't lined it up yet, but we can put a square in our vise and make sure that our stock is straight up and down. So this little piece of tape becomes quite handy in making sure everything is square and level in our milling machine. So I'm going to get that set up, and then we'll start to drill our hole. And we got a nice clean hole, no chips on the wood either side, and I bring the bit down just so it just penetrates all the way around the larger outer ring below the wood surface on both sides. Gives a nice even spacing. Now we're going to go back over to our bench. We're going to put some tung oil in this hole to protect the wood, and then we'll install our swivel stud. All right, I got some Homer Formby's tung oil finish. Stuff's getting harder and harder to find, but any type of rub-on oil finish will help. What we want to do is, now that we've opened up the pores of this new wood, we don't want moisture to get into there and into the stock. So I'm just going to put some of this on a Q-tip, and we're just going to put that in there to protect it. Then we're going to wipe off any excess. We'll let that dry up, and then we'll install our sling swivel stud. While we're waiting for that tung oil to dry, we put a little bit of Homer Formby's tung oil on our screwdriver block that we made in our video yesterday. If you missed that video, feel free to go back and check it out. I think it turned out pretty good. All right, so our tung oil is dried up, and now we're going to install our swivel stud. I use just, if you have bar soap, that works fine. I just use a little drop of liquid soap on here to help the threads work in. See that sits in there nice because we have a recess, and I'm just going to use a punch to get this started. They do make, I don't know, they make screwdrivers that attach onto there, but I don't think they're really necessary. Coincidentally, this plastic piece here, it's not just for decoration. It provides a little bit of cushion when you bring the stud down so that it doesn't split the wood. So if you don't like the white, they do make them in black too. We'll just snug that right up. It also gives you a little bit to settle on so you can get that stud where you want it. And there you go. That's all there is to it.